This entire big box is full of just wires. I cannot believe how many wires there are in here. Hey everyone, it's Jamie from BestNerdLife. The other day I was scrolling down Facebook Marketplace and I found this post by this guy who was selling about 10 to 11 boxes of tech and gaming stuff. Apparently he didn't have the time or energy to sort through it all and make sure everything was working, so he was just, you know, trying to get rid of it as a job lot. Now of course I jumped in straight away and I said, look, I will take all of this off you tonight, but I don't have access to a car at the moment. Is there any chance that I can pay you £10 to basically deliver it to me? We live pretty close to each other, so it seemed a pretty good deal for him. And of course he said yes. So a few hours later, this guy rocked up in his car with all this stuff and I helped him deposit it onto my front porch. And he drove away £50 richer. Once I got it up into my flat, I wouldn't say that I was regretting my decision, but I definitely felt overwhelmed about this whole thing. Like, I've sorted through it now and I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, like thrown away because it doesn't work or whatever. But I've still got like a box full of wires, I've got a box full of headphones, I've got a box full of controllers, I've got like a box full of like plastic Wii peripherals that like nobody wants because they're like so cheap and useless now. I do just want to say as well that this isn't a money-making project. I don't plan to sell these on eBay or anything like that. I plan to keep a lot of stuff, and the stuff that I don't want, I'm going to either trade it in to CEX to get some credit so I can spend that credit on CEX stuff like, you know, new games and all that kind of stuff to build my collection. The stuff that I don't trade in, I'm also going to, you know, donate to charity if it's any value, and if not, if it doesn't work or it's broken or it's too like damaged beyond repair or whatever, or too dirty, I'm just going to throw it away or recycle. Like, I don't plan to make money off of this. With that being said, let's actually have a look at some of the things that I got, because my goodness, there is a lot of stuff to get through. I'm not going to show you everything because that would just take far too long, but I'm going to show you some of the things I picked out that I really like and I'm happy that I got. As I said, I paid £50 for all this stuff, and straight away I definitely think I've got my money's worth, purely because of the storage that I got. Like, I've really wanted some plastic boxes to store some things in and whatnot, and yeah, I've got a ton of that now. Like, you can go down to my local shop and buy a plastic box for like £10, and I've got about 6 plastic boxes. So that's £60 straight away. Quid's in, right? Absolutely fantastic. And also, it's not just generic boxes that I got that I can store things in. I also got something like this, which is a clear plastic like CD rack, which I'll be able to use in future. I also got this next thing, which is probably my most favorite thing out of the lot. And this is basically it's a cassette, let me open it. It's like a cassette storage unit to store like Sinclair ZX Spectrum games, not just those type of games, but basically cassettes. It's a cassette storage box, and because I've been collecting those types of games recently, this thing is perfect, right? This thing is really, really cool, and I'm so happy that I got this. It is a little bit damaged on the back, but I can fix that. I can paint it over, it'll be fine, right? No one will know. Next up, let's talk about some big ticket items that are actually electrical. First up is this 14-inch LCD monitor, which has, you know, VGA coming out the back. Absolutely perfect. This thing is lightweight. I can hold it up with one hand. It hasn't got a huge, massive bezel around it. I actually got 2 monitors, but the other one is really big, it's really bulky, and I'm probably going to get rid of it because it's not up to my taste. Next up we have this thing, which is a printer. Basically, it's a Canon printer. It is a little bit dirty. There are some things missing, like this kind of flap here that lets you hold the paper, but I've plugged it into my computer and it seems to be working fine. It just needs some ink. It's a little bit old, I think it's from 2002, but yeah, I've been wanting like a retro-ish kind of printer anyway, so this is perfect. I also got this thing, which is like a Wii storage unit. You put your Wii on there and you put your Wii remotes in there and all that kind of stuff, and it helps charge your Wii remotes if you've got special batteries, which I do have a ton of. And I actually have a ton of these type of things. Like I've got maybe 4 or 5 more, not this big. Like one is a storage unit with 2 charging sections, and then just like 2 charging sections just for your remotes. So yeah, pick of the bunch really. This is actually really dirty. I haven't had a chance to clean it, but I will. This thing does actually work. I've already tested it. I plug my Wii into it. I plug a Wii remote into it. So yeah, I'll clean it up and it'll be absolutely fantastic. I did get a bunch of Wii accessories, like I mentioned before, but I also got some peripherals and controllers and stuff for the PlayStation 2. As an example, I got this thing, which is a guitar for the PlayStation 2, you know, for like Guitar Hero. This is a third-party one, so it isn't like an official one, but it's still pretty cool. Like I hadn't tested it yet, and hopefully this does work. And if it does, definitely keeping this. And if not, I might just keep it to display. You know, like there's always that option. I also got this wheel and pedal set. Now I actually do have about 2 more of these sets. One doesn't work. I might be able to fix it, but I haven't tried it yet. And one was actually for the Wii, but the actual wheel itself was so moldy and so disgusting and gross that I just didn't bother. I also got this thing, which is a game track unit, I think it's called, which is basically, do you remember those Nintendo Labo things that came out recently that was kind of like a robot that you controlled with your arms and stuff, and it kind of tracked your motion and stuff like that? This is basically the exact same concept, but like years before Nintendo Labo. You put this massive thing on the floor, and this, wait a minute, and this, like you wrap around your hand and kind of moves up and down and tracks your movement and stuff. It only works with specific games. I don't actually have any of the games, but I do know that CX sell them. So that's maybe something that I can, you know, use my trading credit for to potentially use this. This is definitely, if it works, is going to be a Best Nerd Life video in the future, so definitely look out for that. Yeah, this big bundle here is just some of the controllers that I got with this whole thing, and yeah, I haven't tried any of them yet. Hopefully they do work, and if they do, I'll keep them. Now I did get some more kind of unique controllers. For example, these things, which are kind of Nintendo 64, I think, esque controllers. They are USB. I don't think you can use them with a Nintendo 64. I also got this Mad Catz one, but it had the kind of wire cut off, so I can't use it obviously, but I might just kind of take that kind of little nub out and just use it as a display model, maybe, potentially. I also got this thing, which is a Wingman Action controller by Logitech. This thing is like absolutely insane. It looks horrific and crazy and amazing at the same time, so I can't wait to potentially use this as well. I might even do a video on it because it just looks incredible. I also got a few kind of old school ones. For example, this thing right here, which is a Maxfire G08, which looks, again, incredible and crazy. But it is like a, you know, actual 16 pin, I think it's 16 pin controller. And I also got, kind of in the same kind of breed of controllers, this Microsoft Sidewinder, which I've wanted one of these for ages. It's just, in my opinion, a bit of an iconic controller design. It also has a plug at the top, which you can, I think it's called daisy chaining, where you can plug in another controller so you can have a multiplayer. Let's see if this works. Yeah, so you can daisy chain it and have multiple controllers connected to this one. Yeah, I just think it's a cool bit of gaming history, which is something I like to see. Now this last controller is really, really special to me, at least. I actually saw this in the original listing and I was hoping against hope that it had the accompanying console to it. Sadly it doesn't, but this is the Wii controller. I've wanted a Wii or Ouya or whatever it's called for ages and ages, but I've never gotten around to buying one. And this just came with it, and it does work. I mean, at least it turns on. I've not tried it. I've not tried to connect anything to it, but yeah, it turns on. It doesn't seem too damaged, so yeah, I just need to get the console now. And I don't know why I want the console, but it's just one of those like failed tech examples that I just really want to see in real life and try out. Now, talking about consoles, I did actually get a few, but obviously the knockoffs basically. But they may be subjects of future videos if I get them to work. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do that. And the first one is this thing, which is like a Wii knockoff, and this is a Zone 60 32-bit interactive wireless gaming system. This thing looks horrific and amazing at the same time, and I really hope this works. I have been able to turn it on, but I haven't connected it up to like a TV at the moment, so hopefully it works. And if it does, this is definitely getting its own video. I can't wait to see how terrible this thing is. I also got this Atari flashback console, which I think is a little bit newer. I'm not entirely sure when it came out, but yeah, this thing is very interesting. This thing does turn on. I've plugged it in and it does seem to kind of power up, but the connectors to the TV I think are broken, so I'm either gonna have to rewire them, or if that doesn't work, just use it as like a display model, right? I think it looks like a really interesting like design, so might be good to be on my back wall, for example. Following on from that Atari flashback thing, I also got the little joystick things, so I'm definitely keeping these, and these are definitely, if nothing works, these are definitely going on my back wall, because I just think they look really cool and dinky and like just so retro and awesome. As well as the loose items that I've shown you, I also got some stuff in boxes. For example, this Gator Claw controller, which I have two of, probably going to keep one and trade the other one in, as well as this thing, which is a Benny Glow game controller. In box, it does look a bit battered, but the actual controller itself doesn't look too bad. So yeah, probably going to keep that as well. There is so much more to show you, and I will put some footage up later of me just kind of, going through the big massive pile to show you some other stuff that I got. But I've just got a few other smaller things that I want to show you that I think are of particular interest. First off is this really adorable Tom and Jerry mug that is, I think, from 1967. Potentially, that's the like date on it. So I know, pretty cool. Got a box of stuff here. So what else? I have this 2-player link cable for the Game Boy Advance, which is still sealed in the box. It looks a bit battered, but it does seem to be sealed, which is ridiculous. I also got this DVD cleaner set from W.H. Smith for $8.99. So yeah, $8.99 value, fantastic. What else? I got this demo disc for the PSP. So yeah, I'll try that out later. All kinds of stuff. USB hub as well, which I've wanted for a while. Some, I think, like battery packs for the Game Boy Advance as well. Just loads and loads of random stuff. It's been really, really fascinating looking through all this stuff. So yeah, now I'm going to switch positions to show you some of the things I got that I'm potentially going to get rid of. Alright, I've got some handheld footage here, and as you can see, this entire big box is full of just wires. I cannot believe how many wires there are in here. A lot of this stuff is just kind of like rejected kind of plugs, but yeah, I'll sort that out at a later date, eventually, whenever. I also got a whole bunch of, as I mentioned, like just game chargers, like these things. Like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like all the same kind of chargers. It's ridiculous. I got Wii ones as well, just all kinds of stuff. In the back here, I got like this thing, which is like headphone and microphone for the, what is it, Nintendo DS. That's random. Just like loads of headphones, like there. Got some Venom ones, some more there. Just so much stuff. There's also this, which is a Be Excellent one. I think this goes for about £10 at CEX. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to sell that or not, because it actually looks really cool. It kind of like lights up and stuff. So yeah, just so many things, man. Look at it all. A couple of controllers here, which I'm definitely going to sell, or trade in, I should say. There's that thing which is like really sticky and gross. Like this thing is just going in the bin really, really quick after this video. What else we got? Got a AC adapter for the Xbox One. What else we got? This kind of generic mono headphone, whatever that is, like a really random wireless gamepad. Just so much, man. It's so crazy. I also forgot to show you this absolutely massive box of just plastic stuff. So like, you know, Wii peripherals, like storage containers, just all random stuff like that. This has all been cleaned, which is why it's a plastic box. It still needs drying, but yeah, absolutely incredible. So yeah, that was me talking through some of the stuff that I got from this absolutely incredible haul for £50. I genuinely can't believe about the amount of stuff that I got. It's definitely been worth it. Like, to me as a collector, I think a lot of this stuff probably doesn't have a lot of monetary value to other people or to CX, for example, but to me it's absolutely invaluable, and also it will really help me in the future, kind of for storage options and all that kind of stuff, and also ideas for future videos. In any case, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it. If you did, then by all means like, comment, subscribe, all that social media goodness, and as always, keep living that best nerd life.